My name is Robin Keeble, and from the city of Anaheim. Thank you very much for everything that you do. I really appreciate it. And I just wanted to say a little bit about the homeless population. Currently, I do part-time work. Is that better?
That's good.
Yeah, I do part-time work working with an organization that works with the homeless population, and I just retired about a year ago from the County of Orange Ridge program that worked with the homeless population. And prior to that, I was actually a homeless person. I lived homeless for greater than 10 years. And what my experience was, I think it's good for all of us to remember that when I first became homeless, I went from having everything that I needed to having absolutely nothing. I ended up putting my son and getting him taken care of by somebody else because I couldn't take care of him anymore. And everything that I had then I eventually lost. And as a result of being homeless, I ended up breaking laws that I normally wouldn't break, like urinating in public or what have you. There were a number of things I was forced to almost do unlawful things when I didn't want to as a result of being homeless. And I chose to eventually get my life back together. And I understand that it takes a lot to help the homeless population, and I see that other counties are doing quite a bit when it comes to that. And we do the armories part-time of the year. The other part-time of the year, you're trying to figure out what happens with the homeless. So currently, as I'm working with CityNet, we're going to the homeless populations in Anaheim, primarily the parks, just to see what people are doing and to see how they're doing and giving them support for doing the right thing as opposed to the wrong thing. It's too easy for them to fall into feeling bad about themselves and not being able to move around, and they will then result in behavior that harms them further or harms the community even further. So we're trying to kind of step in to give them a place to so they can feel good about themselves and move them in a direction that makes them feel good about themselves. I went from nowhere to go to everywhere to go. I mean, I think that I have the opportunity now to tell you what my experience has been and how I got there, and I realized that a lot of my going there back then, I went maybe kind of through the back door, and I'm hoping that we can build the front door for people to come in that are really seeking help and want to move in the right direction. Thank you for listening to me.
I'm speaking to item 27. Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council. My name is Wanda Shaffer. I'm a board member of the League of Women Voters, and tonight I represent not only my own league, North Orange County, but also the other 3 leagues in Orange County, Central Orange, Orange Coast, and Capistrano Bay. On any night in Orange County, 4,300 people are homeless. Over 1/3 of the homeless people live in households that have minor children. Every Orange County school district has programs to assist their homeless students. The League of Women Voters has been closely following the county's 10-year plan to end homelessness. And we understand that it takes courage and determination as leaders to implement solutions to seemingly intractable, complex problems. The seasonal Armory Emergency Shelter Program provides 400 beds, but often cannot offer shelter in the wettest, coldest times of the year and requires a very early morning exit. The proposed site tonight is in reasonable condition, has dedicated ingress and egress, and is of adequate size to provide both year-round shelter and a multi-service center. The Orange County League of Women Voters urges the Anaheim Council to approve the item before you tonight. Further, we urge you following to continue to help operate the emergency shelter program until at least as many beds are replaced as will be lost by terminating that program. Year-round emergency shelters and multi-service centers not only meet critical needs for our most vulnerable individuals and families, they also address a difficult social issue for our neighborhoods, local businesses, and communities. The League of Women Voters urge you tonight to take this important step. Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm currently an intern social worker from USC working on my master's. I do outreach at La Palma Park. I've noticed that the homeless population has decreased significantly over the last couple of months. But this isn't due to a decrease in the homeless population. However, to an increase in the arresting, harassing, and dumping my clients' items by the police. My clients are people also. They have a voice, and I'm here to speak on behalf of them. I know of at least 5 clients that are in jail right now because of infraction tickets. The city is spending more money by incarcerating these people than by making the problem better. The current homeless liaison cop in that area, Officer Conklin, badge number 1295, is known to target specific clients and discriminate against these people because they are homeless. At one point, I was doing my outreach at La Palma Park. 2 officers approached me. They thought I was homeless and started interrogating and harassing me. Once they knew I was a social worker, they laughed in my face and mocked me and walked away. Recently, there has been 2 shootings in Anaheim, where officers have killed 2 individuals, Monique Deckard and Paul Anthony, which leaves me and the community to question the police and their discretion to shoot to kill these people. My final point is to reiterate that everyone that should be treated as a human and given the same dignity and the same rights that everyone deserves. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
To please hear me out as a human being, not someone who's lesser or greater than you, not the tomboyish girl with a bunch of piercings on her face who has a bad accent and a nasty attitude. I'm coming here today because, as many people have already addressed about the 2 people that were murdered, a black woman was murdered on International Women's Day, a day of celebration. Women have been oppressed for a long time, and you know what? That just reassured us that we're still going through the oppression, that there's still something wrong. And I'm genuinely offended that on the day of celebration, a day that we worked so hard for, and we still have a long way to go, that someone had to die in the city that I reside in, especially a colored woman. That just goes to show as well that we're still looking at people based on their colors of skin when that has nothing to do with their characteristics on the people that we are, that we genuinely are. The man as well, who was also black, that just, again, reassures us that the colors or, perceiving a person just based on their skin is a problem, and we need to fix that. We're not in the 1950s anymore. We're not segregated anymore. We're people. We all do the same things. We all have the same aspirations. The people who are in La Palma Park, they're homeless. How can our city, our public servants want to take away their belongings? I mean, have you guys been homeless? Do you guys know what it's like to be starved, hungry, in terror, being scared and left alone? Because I have, and I was homeless for a majority of my time throughout birth and the 7 years of my life. And that just gave me a lot of experience. We are tired of coming to you guys, yelling at you guys. I mean, aren't you guys tired of hearing us yelling at you guys with anger and tears in our faces? We come to you people for change. So why don't you sit down with us as people like we all are and figure that out? And maybe my resolutions are not the best. Maybe you guys have something better to do. Then let's figure it out together and let's fix these alternatives. Because I didn't want to be poor, I was brought into it because I was a product of my parents. My parents were a product of their own environment. So we have a long way to go, and I just ask that you guys help us. We're tired of yelling at you guys. We're tired of ranting and coming here and trying to fix something when you aren't cooperating with us. Let's cooperate as people, and let's figure something out so we can get these people off the streets, so we can stop killing people and figure a better resolution to help all of us better ourselves. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Donna Acevedo. I'm a lifelong resident of Anaheim. My son Joe was killed by the Anaheim police July 22nd, 2012. And the last time I spoke here, less than a month ago, Monique Deckard was killed by Anaheim police, a mentally ill woman. And we asked who killed her, who were the officers responsible for this. And Chief Quesada got up at the end of the meeting and said, we don't need to know out of curiosity, but I think he forgets who he works for, because it's not out of curiosity why the public should know. It is our right to know, because the police work for us, and he's forgetting that. And since then, less than a month, within a month, another person was killed by the Anaheim police, not even in our city, but in the city of Orange. We have learned who the officers are who killed Monique Deckard, and one of those officers was also involved in the killing of Julian Alexander a few years back. And like Olivia said earlier, a person of color, a black person. Well, he's killed 2 black people. Maybe he has a problem, a little bit too trigger happy when he's around people of color. That should probably be looked into. And we do have a right to know this. We're not curious. We have a right to know. So hopefully Chief Casada is listening, because he needs to remember that. Also, we have a Public Safety Board meeting on Thursday at 6 o'clock at the Central Library. And I'd like to know if they will be viewing the body cams that our officers are now equipped with. So I encourage everyone to attend this meeting, because the police officers need to be accountable for all of this. And just because they have body cameras, I still urge everyone to keep filming the police. Thank you.
Thank you.